Hello, and welcome to the Medical Malpractice Minute, where we briefly look at the month's most interesting story in medical professional liability. But first, we're going to start with a doctor joke. A doctor says to his patient, "I have some bad news and some very bad news. The lab called with your test results, and they said you have 24 hours to live." The patient said, "24 hours? That's terrible. What's the very bad news?" The doctor replied, "I've been trying to reach you since yesterday." The most interesting story in medical professional liability during the last 30 days has been the difficult month medical review panels have had in Kentucky. Last month, the Kentucky Supreme Court heard oral arguments over the constitutionality of the Commonwealth's Medical Review Panel Act. Earlier this year, Franklin County Circuit Court Judge Philip Shepard declared the law unconstitutional, finding that it violated 13 sections of the Kentucky Constitution. I interviewed the law's sponsor, Senator Ralph Alvarado, MD, and he believes the Medical Review Panel Act is in fact constitutional and the judge is simply a partisan activist. Here's what the senator had to say.
The guy who ruled on that is the judge out of Franklin Circuit Court. You know, the Franklin County judge there has unfortunately a very sullied reputation when it comes to his decisions, that they're basically based on politics more than they are based on the actual law.
At the same time the Medical Review Panel Act was facing judicial scrutiny, the merits of the law were being questioned before the court of public opinion. Several Kentucky newspapers published articles in August describing how the medical review panels were clogging access to the judicial system, leaving hundreds of medical liability claims in limbo, and burdening truly injured patients. According to records obtained and published by the Courrier-Journal, only 11% of 531 claims had even been assigned in the Medical Review Panel Act's first year. Findings have been issued in just 3% of cases, with another 5% withdrawn, settled, or dismissed. Opponents of the medical review panel system point to these statistics as proof the law was poorly crafted, creates significant delays, and increases the overall cost of litigation. In the September issue of Medical Liability Monitor, we take a hard look at the difficulties facing the Medical Review Panel Act. To be certain you don't miss out on this and other medical liability insights, please visit www.medicalliabilitymonitor.com to subscribe.